Hi everyone, Star-Lord is here with another astrological moment. Today's topic is going to be on the full moon. I'm here to explain some things about the full moon. I do get a lot of questions about what is the big deal about the full moon, why are energies all over the place, and why are things seeming so intense. So I figured it would be good to do a video on this just to explain some things. We do have a full moon coming up on the 12th in the sign of Taurus. But in the beginning of the video, I would like to at least explain the moon to you, the full moon and the moon cycles. Just a little bit, we'll go over the topic. When it comes to full moons are generally about completions. They're about endings of a cycle, much like the World card. It's about a completion of something. It's about wrapping something up. Now, the new moons, when the new moon comes around, it's about, like the Fool card, it's about new beginnings, starting something fresh, something new. That's a good time to put out your intentions for the things that you want to manifest for the month, that kind of thing. But the full moon is all about wrapping up stuff, and that's why it can seem so intense. Now, I've noticed something over the years about the full moon, which I call full moon madness. And what a lot of people don't realize is that the full moon energy really affects us most, I find, the week leading up to the full moon. That's when things actually start to rumble around. There's a lot of drama that can be created at that time. Things feels extremely intense. So when the full moon comes about, look for those energies to start coming into play about a week prior to. When it actually comes to the full moon itself, it seems like the energies start to dissipate somewhat. So a lot of people are expecting this big crescendo on the day of the full moon, when it's actually the most intense energies tend to be just prior to. You can still feel the effects somewhat a little bit after the full moon as well. So the reason I call it full moon madness is because of the fact that this can often happen. The Five of Wands, my least favorite card in the tarot. The Five of Wands is all that he said, she said, a bunch of drama just being stirred up. It's like crazy energy. And you have to be careful with that because you don't want it to turn into the Five of Swords, which is a little bit more serious energy when it comes to conflict. Both of them are fives and they represent conflict. So we don't want things to go too far. What I always suggest and what I do myself, I've noticed this over the years, especially on social media such as Facebook and so forth. A lot of people are calling people out there, getting really upset and really intense over these dramas just prior to the full moon. That's why I call it full moon madness. And then oftentimes after the full moon comes into play, this energy will just dissipate. So it's not really worth our time or energy to get too caught up in this stuff. So that's why I'm just sort of doing this video, because it's something that we all kind of need to be aware of, actually. So in addition to this, I would like to, because we are coming up to a Taurus full moon, I would like to explain to you, because not everyone is going to be feeling the intensity in the same areas of their lives. In terms of sun signs, I put up a chart here to let you know what area the full moon will be in Taurus for you, depending upon your sign, right? For example, Taurus, that's going to be in your first house, which the first house is about you, yourself, self-appearance, and fresh starts. So you could be finding that rumbling going on in that particular area of your life. Maybe there's certain things that you need to wrap up in terms of those specific areas. Gemini, this is going to be affecting your 12th house when the full moon's in Taurus, which governs the secret spirituality, wrapping up loose ends. So a lot of you Geminis out there might be feeling like wrapping up some things. Maybe you might be feeling hyper psychic or spiritual during this full moon madness the week before, and also, you know, sort of coming to its conclusion on the actual 12th. For Cancer, the 11th house is where Taurus affects you, and this full moon, and this represents it's the 11th house is your house of groups, sudden events, and friendships. So you could be seeing some rumblings or some change ups or regenerations in those areas. Leo, this full moon will be affecting you in your 10th house, which is the 10th house of career, fame, honor, achievements, and so forth. So you may be finding some kind of intensity around those particular subjects. Virgo, the 9th house of is your house of education, legal matters, and luck. So you could be finding some change up, some things going on in that respect for you. Libra, this will be affecting the 8th house, which governs sex, death, property, and those kinds of things could become an issue for you, or if not an issue, could be some need to tweak things up, bring things to a culmination, that kind of thing. Scorpio, this full moon is coming in your opposite house, which is of Taurus, which is your house of partnership and close ties. So a lot of Scorpios could be feeling this intensity about what's happening around their close ties, their one-on-one ties, their partnerships and friendships. So this would be affecting not so much acquaintances, but more about your close, super close ties. Now that could be with a family member, a soulmate, a partner, whatever. So that could be pretty intense around those areas for Scorpio. Now, Sagittarius is going to be affecting your 6th house of health, safety, and day-to-day concerns. So for you Saggies, it could be you're feeling a lot of intensity around these particular subjects. And Capricorn, this is your 5th house of creativity, children, and romance. You could be feeling intense energies around those particular subjects. Aquarius, it's going to be affecting your 4th house, which is the house of home, family, and neighbors, the people that surround you on a day-to-day basis. There could be some change up, some intense energies around these particular subjects. Pisces, it's going to be affecting your 3rd house of education, short trips, and communication. So it could be that, again, intense energies around these particular subjects for you. And Aries, Taurus affects your 2nd house of finance, possessions, and all things of value to you. So you may be, again, looking at changing up, closing out a cycle, or moving on from, wrapping up in these particular areas. Well, I hope this video has been helpful. I know that it's been a great value to me, myself personally, since I first started studying astrology and understanding these types of things, especially when the full moon comes around, and knowing where to, what areas of my life to watch out for these changes, or these rumblings, or even to just understand internally what's going on inside of me and why I'm feeling this way, and why the people around me of different signs may be feeling differently, but everybody's just feeling really, really intense. And that's why this kind of energy can happen around full moon madness. I really hope that this video has helped you. I've done my best here. If you have any questions, or you want to make some comments, leave it in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer any questions that come about as a result of this video. But I hope that, that this really, helps guide you in some kind of way in order to, help you understand yourself and the world around you. Because it's not just about you, yourself personally, but if you're dealing with, say, your partner is a different sign from you, and they're having rumblings around this time about certain subjects, at least you have this knowledge now. You can also go and look up just go on the internet. For any of you, if you want to know more about the houses, just look it up. Whatever particular sign you are, or whatever sign you're interested in looking up, there's plenty of information for free out there. Just Google astrology, 11th house, what have you, and you'll get more information. I've just given you little tidbits of it, but if you want to know more about that particular thing, then definitely go ahead and do your own research, because it will be worth it in the long run to, like I said, to help you understand, and try not to get too much involved in this energy and leading to this energy, because the 5 of Swords can be a little bit more serious, because this is where we're actually verbalizing and causing outer conflicts, or other people are causing outer conflicts with us. So if it's just staying in the Five of Wands energy, that's okay, because it's just sort of he said, she said drama that we can remove ourselves from. When it gets into the more of the Five of Swords conflict, if we take this energy and push it and push that envelope, it can lead us to a place that perhaps we really don't want to go. Remember, the astrology, as far as I'm concerned, is there to be of aid to us. It's there to help us. And if we understand these things, we can, make sure that we don't take things and escalate them when they really don't need to be escalated. If something needs to be culminated or come to a conclusion, you can do so in a calm, rational way. You don't have to, go overboard and create a bunch of drama that doesn't need to be there. So good luck with all of you with the full moon, with this one going forward. And remember, every full moon, it's going to be in a different sign. It goes through all the 12 signs. So next month, the full moon is going to be in Gemini. So you'll have to find out which house Gemini is for you and research that to know going forward. So thank you very much for joining me. I wish you all the best and happy full moon. Take care. Much love. Namaste. Bye-bye.